So in this video, we are going to learn how to generate certificates in Canva from Google Forms and send via email. Now let's take an example that I have created a course, and after completing the courses, the students who have participated in the course, I want to send them a certificate. So I have created a Google form and shared with them as well that who wants a certificate, they can enter their details and make the form submission. And in Canva, I have created the template of the certificate as well. Now the details of the student which I'm getting from Google Forms, I want to add those details like the names and the scores of the student in this Canva template and generate the certificate and send the same certificate to them as the PDF file on their email. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can automate it. So Pabbly Connect has recently launched its integration with Canva, and now using Canva, you can automatically generate creative designs with Pabbly Connect automation. So in this video, we are going to set up an automation using which, as we are going to receive a new form submission in Google Forms, we are going to check for the user who made the form submission in our database. So I have a Google Sheet where I have all the details of the student who has participated in the course. So if someone has not participated in the course for that particular student, we are not going to generate the certificate using this automation. So to validate it, we are searching for the user who made the form submission in our Google Sheet. And this is an optional step. If you want, you can remove it as well. After searching for the user and confirming it, we are going to send the form responses from Pabbly Connect or from Google Forms to Canva and generate the certificates. So we are going to enter the details in the template and generate a new certificate out of it. And after that, we are going to share the PDF file of the same certificate and send it as an email from our Gmail account. Now, if you want to learn how you can set up this automation all by yourself, for that, you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, this is a form which I've created using Google Forms. So I've named it as course completion form. And whenever some person will complete the course, then they just have to enter their details like name, email, mobile number, course start date, and course end date in this form. And after making the form submission, what I want to do, I want to generate the certificate of the same user. But first, I have to validate that the person who made the form submission actually attended the course. So I have created a Google spreadsheet where I have details of the people who has attended the course. So using the email address which they are entering in this Google form, using this email, we will search for the same person in this Google spreadsheet. And we are going to validate whether they have actually attended the course for which we are generating the certificate using this automation or not. And after searching for that person, we have basically given scores to each and every user who has attended the course and completed it. So we are going to search for the same person and get those details over here. After getting it, using Canva, I have created a certificate template over here. So this is the template of the certificate, and in this template, I want to mention the name of the same person who made the form submission, and whatever score they have received over here, which we had in our Google spreadsheet, we are basically going to enter that same score in this certificate as well. And after entering these details, we are going to generate the certificates, and we want to send the PDF file of the same certificate to the person who has made the form submission over here as an email. So we are going to send the certificate over emails over here. And in this video, we are going to see how you can completely automate this process and connect all of these applications. So we are going to connect our Google form, our Google Sheet, our Canva account, and using Gmail, we are going to send the emails. So we will be connecting Gmail as well. And to make all of this connection and automate this process, we are going to use an automation and integration platform called Pabbly Connect. So we will just go to a new tab, and to access Pabbly Connect, just go to pabbly.com/connect. And here you can see we will reach to Pabbly Connect's landing page. Here we have two options, sign in and sign up free. Now, if you're new to Pabbly, by clicking on this sign up free button, you can set up your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. Or if you're an existing Pabbly user, just click on sign in. After signing in, we will reach to this all apps page of Pabbly. Here we just have to click on access now below Pabbly Connect. And after clicking on access now, we will reach to Pabbly Connect's dashboard. After coming to this dashboard, we have to create an automation workflow over here. Click on this create workflow button and give this workflow a name. Let's see, I would like to name my workflow as automatically create certificate from Canva. So this is the name which I'm going to give to my automation workflow. If you want, you can basically enter any name, automatically create certificate from Canva. Then just select the folder of your Pabbly Connect account in which you want to set up this automation and click on create. Now, as we click on create, here you can see a workflow will open in front of us. And in this workflow, you can see two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea here is first we have to connect our Google form with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step, so that whoever user is going to enter their details and make the form submission, we are going to receive the same form responses in our Pabbly Connect workflow as well. So here what we are going to do, here in Choose app, let's search for Google Forms. Just select it. After selecting Google Forms, in trigger event from the drop down, select new response received. And after selecting this trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Using this webhook URL, we are going to connect this Google form over here with Pabbly Connect and receive the form responses over here. Now to add this webhook URL, we just have to follow the instructions given below over here. So copy this webhook URL from here and go to the Google form which we have created. Now what we have to do, we are going to send the form responses not from this Google form but actually from the Google Sheet. So we all know that Google form responses are stored in a Google spreadsheet. So we will just go to the responses tab and click on this link to sheets button. Select create a new spreadsheet and click on create. Now as we click on create in a new tab, a Google spreadsheet will open in front of us. And here it is. And this is the spreadsheet, this is the Google Sheet in which all the form responses from this Google form will be stored. So we are going to send the form responses from this spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect. So we are going to add the webhook URL in this Google spreadsheet. And to add this webhook URL, just go to extensions, add-ons and click on get add-ons. After clicking on get add-ons, we will reach to Google Workspace Marketplace. And here in search app, we have to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks, Pabbly, Pabbly Connect webhooks. Here you can see Pabbly Connect webhooks. This add-on is already installed in my Google Sheets. You just have to install the same add-on into the same Google Sheets account, and after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheets once. After refreshing our Google Sheet, here you can see once again we'll go to extensions, and this time Pabbly Connect webhooks. This add-on can be seen over here. Just hover on it and click on Initial Setup. After clicking on Initial Setup, this box will appear in front of us, and it is basically asking us three different things: selected sheet, webhook URL, and trigger column. Now here in selected sheet, we have to select the sheet from which we want to send the data of a new row to Pabbly Connect. So in this Google Sheet, you can see by default we have only one sheet named as Form Responses 1, and it has selected the same sheet over here. Then it is asking us for the webhook URL, and as you can guess, we have to enter the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and then paste it over here. After pasting the webhook URL, it is asking us for the trigger column. Now you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So trigger column is basically the last data entry column of our Google Sheet in which the data will be entered. So column F, in the background you can see column F is going to be my trigger column because it is the last column in which we will be entering some data. The form responses will be stored. After column F, in any of the column, none of my data does not exist. So I want the data till column F, so I'm selecting column F as my trigger column, my last column. And after that, just click on this submit button. Now when we click on submit, it is showing us that the setup is configured successfully. This means we have successfully added this webhook in this Google spreadsheet, in the sheet on which our Google form responses will be stored. Now after adding the webhook, once again go to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks and select this option of send on event. By selecting send on event, we are telling this Google Sheet, we are telling this add-on that whenever a new row of data is added, whenever a new form response from Google Forms is added in this Google Sheet, immediately, instantly send that data to Pabbly Connect. Now after adding this webhook URL, here you can see on our Pabbly Connect workflow, it is showing us waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some response of a new form submission from our Google form over here. So let's do it. I'll just open this form in preview mode and we are going to make a test form submission. Let's see, the name of the person is demo user. This is the name. This is the email address of the person. Then after that, this is a dummy mobile number of the same user. The course start date is, for example, let me select a date as 1st of July over here. And the course end date is 15th of July, just some random date. Now after entering these details in this Google form, let's click on submit. Now, as we click on submit, here you can see the form submission is done. We have successfully made this form submission. And in this Google Sheet, where the form responses of Google Forms are added, the same form responses are added over here. We have the same name, email, mobile number, course start date, and the course end date. And also we have the timestamp that at what date and time this particular form submission was received. Now, because we have connected this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow in this trigger step, we have received the response. And in this response, you can see the details of the exact same form submission. Here you can see the same trigger column which we have selected. You can see the same time step of the form submission which we had in our Google spreadsheet. Then after that, here you can see, we will see the details like we have the row index, that in which particular row this row is added, this data is added. Then we have the name of the person, mobile number, email, same start date 1st of July 2024 and same end date 15th of July 2024. This means the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed, where we have successfully received our Google Form responses in our Pabbly Connect workflow. Now after this, let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we have to check that the person who made the form submission and entered their details, whether this person has actually attended our course, and we should generate the certificate for them as well. And also we are going to check that if they have attended the course, what is the score they have obtained in this course, and we are going to mention the same score in our certificate too. Now to do this, we have a Google spreadsheet where we have the details of all the course attendees. And in this Google Sheet, we have to search for the person who made the form submission. So for that, we will just scroll down, come to this action step of our workflow, and here in Choose App, we will search for Google Sheets. Just select it. After selecting Google Sheets, in action event from this drop-down, select the action event as Lookup Spreadsheet Row, version 2. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Google Sheets account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Sign In with Google button. Here in this pop-up window, select your Google Sheets account, then just scroll down and click on Continue. And as we click on Continue, we will see our Google Sheets account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making the connection, the first thing it asks us is to select the spreadsheet. So in this drop-down, you can see a list of all the spreadsheets which we have in our Google Sheets account. Out of all of these spreadsheets, the spreadsheet in which we want to search for the person, search for the user, is named as All Course Attendees. So in this sheet, I want to search for the person. So from the drop-down, I'm going to select this particular spreadsheet over here. After selecting the spreadsheet, it is asking us to select the sheet. So from this drop-down, we are going to select the sheet as sheet 1, because in this Google spreadsheet, I have only one sheet as sheet 1 in which I want to search for the data. Then it is asking us for the lookup value, that what is the value, what is the data we are searching for. So I want to search for the person using the email address. And on the email address as well, we will be generating the certificate and sending it over there. So using email address which we have received from Google Form submission, I want to search for this person over here. So what we are going to do, the email address which we have received from Google Form submission in the trigger step, we have to basically add or map this response of email address from this Google Forms trigger step to this Google Sheets lookup spreadsheet row action step. So here in lookup value, we have to enter the email address, and to add the email address, we will use a process called mapping. Just click on this field, and here in the drop down from Google Form responses, here you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Forms of a new form submission. Out of all of these responses, select the response of email and it will be mapped. So whatever email we are going to receive from Google Form submission, using the same email, we will search for the person in this Google Sheet. Now, after entering the lookup value, it is asking us for the lookup column of lookup columns, that in which particular column in our Google Sheet we want to search for this email address. So we have the email address in column C of our Google spreadsheet. So we are going to enter column C over here in lookup column. Then it is asking us end column data, that after finding the row or after finding this particular data which we are searching for, the data till which particular column we want to get. So let's say we have this email address demo@pabblytudes.com. So here you can see this is the row. In row number 4, we have the email address of this person over here. So the data till which particular column we want to receive inside Pabbly Connect. Like till column D, I have the data, and the data till column D of that particular row, of that particular user, I want to receive. So here in end column data, we are going to enter column D over here. Then it is asking us lookup as date. So no, we are not looking up as date. So we are selecting no. Then it is asking us use sheet headers as key in response. So we have to select yes over here. And in sort row, we have two options, top or bottom. So I want to search for the users from the top. So I'm selecting top over here. And after selecting all the options, just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see it is showing us that it has basically found the same person. The user who made the form submission, basically demo user with this email address, is found in this Google spreadsheet. And the data of this particular user is added in row number 4. So here you can see in our Google Sheet in row number 4, we have the data of demo user, we have the same name, same email address, and the score which they have obtained is 78. So we have the same name, first name, last name, demo user, we have the same email and the score too. So the data till column D, the data of 4 column is received inside Pabbly Connect because we have entered the end column of data over here as D. So we have successfully ensured that the user was present over here. But we are going to add a filter condition that if we do not find the person who made the form submission in this our Google Sheet of all course attendees, in that case, we are not going to continue this automation and generate the certificate for them. Now to add this kind of condition, just click on this add action step button and we are going to use a feature, a module of Pabbly Connect that is called filter. So just select filter by Pabbly over here and in action event, select filter values and click on connect. After clicking on connect, here it is asking us to select the label. Now here in this drop down of select label, you can see all the responses of previous 2 steps. Now out of all of these responses, we are going to select the response of Google Sheet and we are going to select the response of row index. Now after selecting row index as the label that we want to set up the filter condition on this value or on this field of row index, in filter type from this drop down, we are going to select exist. So we have created a filter condition that in the Google Sheets lookup spreadsheet row, this particular action, if we get the response of row index, like if we will be having the data of that user in this all course attendee sheet, then we will be getting the data of that person and we will get the row index that in which particular row the data is added. So if we get the row index, if we get the row number or the response of row index exists, only in that case the automation workflow should be continued. And if the person who made the form submission does not have their email address or their data in this particular Google Sheet over here of all course attendees, in that case, what is going to happen? We won't be getting the row index and the automation will not be continued. So this is the filter condition which we have created. Let's click on save and send test request and we are going to get the response as true. The condition is true because demo user, the data of demo user is present in this Google Sheet. So we are getting the response as true over here. Now after this, what we have to do? We have to basically send the data. So we have ensured that the user who made the form submission has attended the course. Now let's start creating certificate for them. Click on this add action step button and then here in choose app, search for Canva over here. Because using Canva, we are going to generate the certificates. Then in action event from the drop down, we have to select the action event as create design autofill job. Just select it. Then just click on connect and select add new connection. Now here we have to connect our Canva account with Pabbly Connect. And before making this connection, let me tell you that you need to have a pro subscription or an enterprise subscription of Canva to use Canva automations inside Pabbly Connect. Now to connect our Canva account with Pabbly Connect, just click on this connect with Canva button. And then it is asking us for client ID and client secret to make this connection. Now you must be thinking how you will get this client ID and client secret. So below that you can see this help text where you have a hyperlink of learn more. Just click on this learn more button and it will take you to a page on our forum. At this page, you will get a step-by-step guide that how you can connect your Canva account inside Pabbly Connect and also how you can use the triggers and actions inside your Pabbly Connect workflow. Now to create the client ID and client secret and connect your Canva account, first we have to go to the Canva developer portal. So in this documentation itself, you can see the link of the Canva developer portal. We will just click on it and it will bring us to this particular page. After coming to this page, we have to go to your integrations and right now you can see I don't have any integrations in my Canva account. So let's start creating a new one. Click on this create an integration button and select the integration type as public. Select I agree and click on this create integration. Now before doing this, let me tell you that it is clearly mentioned over here that we have to enable the multi-factor authentication of our Canva account. Now you must be thinking how you can enable the multi-factor authentication. Just go to your Canva account, go to settings, and after coming to the settings page, go to login and security. And here you can see that the multi-factor authentication is enabled for my Canva account. From here, you can enable it for your account as well. After enabling the multi-factor authentication, just select the public as the integration type and click on create integration. And then this new integration has started creating. Let's say we have to give this integration a name. I'll name it as Pabbly Connect. You can basically give any other name of your choice. After naming our integration, here you can see the client ID is generated. But we have to create a secret. But before creating this client secret, we have to basically follow some more steps. So in this documentation itself, it is clearly mentioned that after entering the name, we have to add some scopes and some authentications as well. So we will just go to the scope section from the left sidebar and select all the scopes over here which we have. So we have to select all the scopes over here. And after selecting all the scopes, we have to move to the authentication section. So we have selected these scopes, we will scroll down and we don't have anything right now. Then after that, just select authentication. And then here we have to enter the redirect URL. Now in this documentation, we will scroll down and you can see it has basically given us a redirect URL. This is the callback URL. Just copy this redirect URL from this documentation, go to Canva integration and paste it over here. Also after pasting it, we'll go back to the scope section and here you can see this data autofill APIs. So if you don't have the access to the autofill APIs, you can just click on this button and request the action for autofill APIs so you can use this action inside Pabbly Connect. So what we have done, we have created an integration on the Canva developer platform. We have entered the name, selected all the scopes and added this redirect URL given by Pabbly Connect. Now we will just go to configuration and click on this generate secret button. And then the client ID and client secret for our Canva account are generated. Just copy this client ID from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here in the connection window. Then after that, copy the client secret and paste it over here as well. And after entering these details, just click on save. Now as we click on save, here in the pop-up window you can see it has detected our Canva account. We will just scroll down and click on this allow button. And as we click on allow, you will see our Canva account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the brand template ID. So using this action of create design autofill, if you want to generate these certificates from a template, what we have to do? First, we have to create a brand template in our Canva account. So how you can create a brand template? Let me show that to you. Just go to your Canva account, from the left sidebar, go to this brand section and under brand section, you can see this brand templates option. And from here, by clicking on this add new template button, you can start creating the brand template. Just select the type of template you want, whether it is a document, a whiteboard, a certificate, presentation, whatever it is. And you can just start creating the template of your choice in your Canva account. Here you can see I have already created a certificate of presentation type template and I have added all the details, like I have added the design, the text and everything. So in this way, you just have to create a template and you just have to give this template a name over here. After creating the template and naming it, we have to publish this as a brand template over here, and under this brand template section of our Canva account, this particular thing will be available. So if I go to the Canva account over here, right now under brand templates, you can't see any brand template which I have already created. But later on, as we publish it, you can see the same brand template over here, and in our Pabbly Connect workflow too, in this dropdown, you will get it. But before publishing this as a brand template, you will notice that here are some things. In this template, there are some things which are dynamic. Like in this certificate template, the name of the person and the score. These two things are dynamic, which means for each and every form submission, for each and every certificate we generate using Pabbly Connect automation, these two details will be keep on changing. So we have to first make these two things, name and score, as dynamic over here. And to make these things dynamic, what we have to do? We will just go to the app section over here and we have to search for the bulk create app. And here you can see this is the bulk create app. Just select this app and this app will be added in our Canva account. Now after this, just select this enter data manually button and this table will be opening in front of us. It is asking us to add the data. Now here in this table, what you have to do, all the variables or all the dynamic text which you want to add in your template over here, you have to add the headers or columns for all the data over here. So let's say instead of 2, if I want to add 4 variable text over here, then in that case, what I have to do, I have to add 4 columns and give the columns the exact same name of the variables over here. Like I have name and score. Right now I have only 2 columns, name and score. So I'm going to delete these 2 columns. And then in the first row of data, you have to enter some details. Some dummy data needs to be added over here. If you want, you can add images as the dynamic text or as a variable in the template as well. But we will see that in some other video. But right now, let me tell you that name and score, these were 2 things which I want to make dynamic in this template, which means I will be sending the data of name and score from Pabbly Connect workflow. And whatever data I'm going to send, I want to add it over here to this Canva template and generate the certificate out of it. So in this table, in this add data table, I have created these 2 columns over here and added the data in a row. Now let's click on done. Now after that, here you can see the variables are created using bulk create, but we have to connect these variables as well. So just select this field of name over here, click on connect data and select the variable of name over here. So whatever variable we have selected over here, you can see it has selected that this variable is connected to this data. Now let's select the text field of score, click on connect data and connect it to score. So whatever data we are going to send for name from Pabbly Connect, that data will be added over here in place of name. And whatever data for score we are going to send from Pabbly Connect, that data will be added in place of this field or this text of score over here. Now in this way, we have created these 2 fields. We made these 2 fields dynamic over here using bulk create in Canva. And after making it dynamic, we don't have to do anything. Just click on this publish as brand template button. And we are going to publish this brand template in our Canva account. After publishing this brand template, on this brand template section, you will see within a minute, we can see the same template over here. So it will take a minute or 2 of time to show that same brand template in our Canva account. So we'll just wait for a minute over here. And yes, here you can see within a minute, the same certificate template which we have published just now, which we have created and published just now, can be seen over here under the brand template section of our Canva account. Now after this, after creating this template and having it over here, after publishing it, we will get back to our Pabbly Connect workflow and we will just click on this refresh button of brand template ID. And you can see the same brand template named as certificate template, which we have created over here, can be seen inside Pabbly Connect. So in the dropdown, you will get a list of all the brand templates which you have created in your Canva account. But right now we have only one template using which we are going to generate the certificate. So we are going to select it. Then it is asking us for the title, that what will be title of the new design or new output or new certificate which we are going to create. So let's say I want the name of the person for whom we are creating the certificate as the title of the design. So just click on this field of title and from Google Form responses, I'll just select the response of name and map it. Then it is asking us for the keys. So in this template, you can see we made 2 fields as variables, the score and name. These 2 fields were variable. And every template or design which you create may have different fields, different number of text as variables or dynamic text over here. Like in this template, we have name and score, these 2 variables. Now to send the data, to send the text which we want to add in place of these variables in this template and generate some new certificate, some new design using Canva, to add these texts, what we have to do, we will come to this key field and turn this mapping button on in front of it and clear this default response. Then after that, whatever headers we have added in the bulk create table. So here in bulk create table, we had 2 headers. We have created this table for name and score. Let me enter the name over here once again. That was demo. The score was, for example, 50. Done. And we have connected these 2 fields with these 2 fields over here. So name and score, we have to enter both of these labels over here in this Pabbly Connect key field. So I will just enter a label as name over here. Then after a comma, I'm going to enter the second label, that is score. So by separating comma, we have to basically enter the name of all the variables which we have created. After entering the variable name, you can see the field for both of these variables are added over here. We have 2 fields of name and score over here. And in these fields, we have to basically add the data. Now to add the data, we have to enter it in a specific format. We have to enter the JSON data. Now you must be thinking, what is this JSON data and how complex it is? It is not complex at all. It is very simple. So below that, here in the important note, you can see if you want to add the text, we have to enter the text in this particular JSON body. So we will just copy the JSON body from here and paste it over here. In this JSON body, the data which we are adding, the type will be text. So we are not going to make any changes. Then after a comma in front of text, we have to enter the actual text which we want to add. So here in this field of name, I want to mention the name of the person. So in front of text in double quotes, I'm going to enter the name of the person which I want to add in place of name in this template. Then after that, we will be entering the same body over here, and this time in front of score, we want to enter the score. So after Google Sheet lookup spreadsheet row, we have received the score from Google spreadsheet over here. So I'm going to select and map the response of score in front of it. So we are, because adding some text, we will be using this particular JSON body. Now, if you want, as I told you, using this automation, you can also add some dynamic images into your brand template which you have created in Canva and generate the documents out of it, generate the designs out of it with the dynamic image. Now, to add the dynamic image, we have to enter the JSON body like this. The type of the data which we are sending will be image, and we have to enter the asset ID of the image. So we'll explore this in later part in some other video. But right now we have created two variables over here of name and score, and we have entered the data, the JSON body of data which we want to add in place of it. And you can basically add comma and as many variables as you want which you have added in your Canva brand template. Now after entering this, let's click on this save and send test request button. Now as I click on save and send test request here, you can see within few seconds, we are going to receive some response over here. And in this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that using these data, adding these details as variable of name and score, and using this design or this brand template, a new design is created in Canva. A new certificate is generated in Canva. And the title of that file is demo user, the name of the person for whom we have created this certificate. And here in response, you can see the job status is success. This means using the template which we have created, using this brand template, the data which we have sent using Pabbly Connect, the name and the score, by adding that data, a new design is created. And we have the design ID of that newly created design in the same response. And here we have the design URL and the thumbnail URL as well. I will just copy this design URL from here and paste it in a new tab. And after pasting it here, you can see that certificate is generated. So using the same template, same brand template which we have created in Canva, the certificate is created. And in this certificate, in place of name, we have added the name of the person which we have received from form submission, and also added the score which we have basically added from our Google spreadsheet. We have received from Google Sheet over here as well. So using the data sent from Pabbly Connect, we have created a new certificate over here. So this step of generating or creating the certificate from the Canvas brand template is also successfully completed. Now while adding these details, like while adding keys, if you have any kind of doubts or queries, or if you have any issue while using this action of create design autofill job, in the learn more button here you can see, just click on it and it will take you to a page on our forum. And at this page, you can see a complete description that how you can basically use this action and add the keys and the values and the JSON body for the images or the text which you want to add dynamically in your Canva design or Canva template as well. So you can just refer to this page and know each and everything which you are missing. Or still, if you have any issues, you can always post us on our forum. Now, after creating the design, what we want to do, we want to get the PDF file of this design from Canva so that we can send the certificate PDF to the person who made the form submission in Google Forms as an email. For that, just click on this Add Action Step button, and then here in Choose App, search for Canva. Just select Canva over here. And after selecting Canva once again, this time in Action Event from the drop down, select the action event as Download Design as PDF. Because we want to get the PDF file of the new design which we have created, of the new certificate which we have created. Then just click on Connect. And because we have connected our Canva account with Pabbly Connect in the previous step, we don't have to make a new connection over here. You can select the existing connection and click on Save. And as we click on Save here, you can see once again, our Canva account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, it is asking us for the design ID. That what is the ID of the design which we want to export or download as PDF. So in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the designs which we have in our Canva account. But in the previous step, using this action of create design autofill job, after creating the design, after creating the certificate, we have received the response of design ID. And we have to map the same response of design ID in this design ID field. Just turn the mapping button on and clear the default response over here. And after that, from Canva's create design autofill job, this particular action step responses, select the response of design ID and map it over here. After mapping the design ID, it is asking us for the size, that whether we want the export or the PDF in A4 size, A3 size, letter or legal. So I want it in A4 size, so I'm selecting A4 over here. Then in export quality, I want it in pro quality, so I'm selecting pro over here. And in pages, I'm going to enter the page as 1 because in this template, we have only one page which we want to export. So I'm selecting the pages as 1 and then just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see we have received the response, and in this response, we have received this job ID. This means Canva has started exporting the same design which we have created over here of the certificate in the PDF format, and the status is in progress. Now what we want to do, we will be adding a delay of 1 minute in our automation workflow, and we will give Canva the time to export the PDF file. And after that, we will get the link of that PDF file as well in the next step. Now, as you can guess, to add a delay, just click on this Add Action Step button, and here in Choose App, select Delay by Pabbly over here. After selecting Delay by Pabbly, in Action Event from the drop-down, select Add Time Delay and click on Connect. After clicking on Connect, the first thing it asks us is how much delay you want to put in workflow. So from the drop-down, I'm going to select the option as Delay For. In Delay Units, I will be selecting minutes, and value, I will be selecting 1. So I'm just adding a delay of 1 minute over here. And then just click on save and send test request. After clicking on this, here you can see the response is received, and we have delayed this automation workflow for 1 minute. Now after 1 minute, what we want to do, using the job ID which we have received using this Canva action, using this job ID, we want to get the export link. We want to get the link of the PDF file of the certificate. Just click on this Add Action Step button. Once again, we are going to add the Canva action over here. Select the application as Canva, and in action event from this drop down, we are going to select the action event as Get Export Link. Then just click on Connect, select the existing connection and click on Save. And then it is asking us for the export ID. So just click on this field, and from the drop down from the responses of Canva's download design as PDF responses, select and map the response of job ID. And after mapping the job ID, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see in response, we have received the response as success, and we have the link of the PDF file for the same certificate. We will just copy this link, paste it in a new tab, and then here you can see the PDF file for the same certificate which we have created is downloaded in front of us. So we have the name of the person, we have the same score, and we have the same design which we have created in Canva. This means we have successfully received the PDF file over here. Now after this, let's move to the final step and send this certificate PDF to the person who made the form submission on email. And to send the email, I will be using Gmail. Click on this Add Action Step button for the one last time, and then here in Choose App, search for Gmail over here. After selecting Gmail, in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Send Email and click on Connect. Now here we have to connect our Gmail account with Pabbly Connect. So click on this Add New Connection button and select Connect with Gmail. Then here in this pop-up window, select your Gmail account from which you want to send the emails with the certificate, scroll down and click on Allow. And as we click on Allow, you will see our Gmail account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the recipient email address. That what is the email address of the person to whom we are sending this email. So we'll just click on this field over here. From Google Forms, we have received the email address of the person who made the form submission, to whom we want to send this certificate. So we are just going to select it and map it over here. Then if you want to add some of your team members or someone in CC or BCC, you can add those email addresses as well. And also you can add multiple email addresses, separating them using comma. Then it is asking us for the sender name. So let's say I want to send the email by the name of Pabbly Connect. You can basically enter any name of your choice. Then it is asking us for the subject, that what will be the subject line of the email which we are sending. So I want the subject line of my emails to be course completion certificate. This will be the subject line. If you want, you can enter any subject line. Also from the previous step, if you want, you can basically add the data from the previous steps as well. Let's say I'd like to make the subject line as course completion certificate of and I'm going to mention the name of the person to whom we are sending the certificate, course completion certificate of demo user. So we are going to send the subject line. We can make the subject line dynamic as well. Then it is asking us for the reply to. So if you want, you can add some reply to email as well. Right now, I don't want to add any reply to email, so I'm just keeping it blank. In email content, we have two options, plain and HTML. If you want, you can send a plain email or you can create a dynamic email or some customized email using HTML too. Right now, I'm just creating a plain email. And here in the field of email content, we have to enter the actual body of the email. So let's say I want my email to be hello, and after hello, I want to mention the name of the person. So from Google Form responses or from Google Sheet responses, you can select the response of the name or the first name of the person and map it as well. Then I want my email to be this. So I have already copied the body of the email, so I'll just paste the body over here and make some changes in the formatting of this email. So these are the changes, best regards, and Pabbly Connect. So this is the kind of email I want to send. After creating the email content, like here I have created this simple email, you can basically create any email body, and if you want, you can add multiple details related to the person or to the certificate or to the course in this email content as well. Also, you can map the data from the previous step to like we have done in subject line and here for the name as well. Then it is asking us for the file name. So what will be the name of the file which we are sending as an attachment? So let's say I want the file name to be course completion certificate. So this will be the name of the file, and here in attachment we will just click here, and from the drop down from Canva's get export link action we have received the link of the PDF file of the certificate. So we are just going to map that link over here. Now after entering all the details, creating the email body, giving the file name, attachment name, and mapping the attachment URL, just click on this save and send test request button. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see within few seconds we are going to receive some response over here, and the response is received. And this response seems to be a positive response to us, and this response shows that the email is sent. This means this certificate which we have generated using this Canva template and Pabbly Connect automation, the certificate is sent to the same person who made the form submission in our Google form. So let's check the email inbox of this person. So I'll just go to the new tab and try to access the inbox of this person. So we'll just open the email inbox, and yes, here you can see they have received, this person who made the form submission, they have received an email on their entered email address, and this email is sent by Pabbly Connect, the same sender name which we have entered in our Pabbly Connect workflow over here. And after that, here you can see the same subject line, course completion certificate of demo user, the same subject line with the name of the person who made the form submission. Here you can see the same email body. In this body, after hello, we have added the first name of the person, and then also you can see the attachment. The attachment file name is course completion certificate, and if we open this attachment, this is a PDF file of the same course certificate which we have just now generated using Canva. This means the automation workflow to generate dynamic certificates from Canva and send it on email on Google Form submission. This automation is working perfectly fine. And after setting up this automation, what we are going to do, we are going to test this automation in real time now. For that, we will just go to our Google form. I'll just refresh this form and make a new form submission over here. This time, let's enter the details. So from this attendance sheet, let me enter the details. Let me take the details of a person named as sample person. So I'll just enter the name of this person as sample person over here, and I'm going to enter the same email address. So in this Google form, just enter the same email address. This is just a dummy mobile number which we are entering. And then here in date, let's select the date as, for example, from June of 1st June to the date is 20th of June. So this was the date. So sample person, this is the name of the person over here. This is the email address, and this is the mobile number, course start date and course end date. With these details, we are going to make the form submission. The form submission is made and the form response is immediately added in our Google spreadsheet. Now after this, using the same Pabbly Connect automation, we are going to see that we are going to search for this person in this Google Sheet. And in this Google Sheet, we can see that the score which is obtained by this user, this person, is 40. So using Canva, we are going to generate the certificate using this Canva template which we have created, where we are going to add the name and the score of the person. And after generating the certificate using this template, the PDF file of the certificate will be sent as an email to the same person on their email inbox. But before sending the email, we have added a delay of 1 minute in our automation workflow. So after downloading the design and actually getting the link of the design PDF file link, we have added a delay of 1 minute. So after making the form submission, it will approximately take 1 minute of time or a little few more seconds than that to actually generate the document, generate the certificate and send it on email. So we will just wait for 1 minute over here. Okay, so we have successfully waited for 1 minute. Now we will just access the email inbox, and yes, here you can see the email is received from the same sender's name, Pabbly Connect. The subject line is course completion certificate of sample person, the same name of the person which we have entered in form submission. Here you can see the same name for same post name in email body as well, and in the certificate as well, the certificate is generated using Canva, and we have the name of the same person, and we have the same test score which we had in our Google spreadsheet over here. This means the automation workflow between Google Forms, Google Sheets, Canva and Gmail which we have created, this automation is working perfectly fine. And we have tested this automation in real time. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this same automation workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can just clone this exact same automation workflow without creating it into your own Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
So if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with others, or if you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can always write us in the comment box below or email us at support@pabbly.com. Also, you can post your queries on our forum as well. And if you want to check the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.